I repeat, the chances of a perfume causing cancer is even lower than the chances of roasted suya or roasted catfish causing cancer. Welcome back to the channel AYOSFRAGRANCE. Here we talk all things fragrance and perfumery. I am Ayomide, and in today's video we'll be debunking or approving some fragrance myths and putting them to rest once and for all. So stick to the end for some uncommon ones and some fairly common ones, and let's enjoy the video together. The first myth we'll be discussing is the myth that says a fragrance will smell differently on every single person. Now that myth is true. If you watched one of my most recent videos, I talked about skin chemistry being a factor that affects how a perfume will smell on a person. Everybody has a natural body odor or scent, and fragrances work by mixing with the chemicals in your body. The chemicals in my body are different from the ones in your body, so obviously a fragrance would smell differently on the both of us, but it will not smell completely differently or completely unexpected from what you initially perceived or from what is advertised. If that starts to happen, then you might need to check your fragrance if it is affected or if it is not authentic. The next myth is more expensive perfumes are better than cheaper perfumes. That is false. That is highly and extremely false. Might they perform better? Some of them. Are they better all round in scent, in performance? No. Trust me, no. The price tag, most of the time, just like a lot of luxury products, they just slap a price on it because of the name. Most times you are buying a brand name. For fragrances, it is not all that different, because brands like Gucci, brands like Prada, if you want to buy a fragrance from them, obviously you would know that, okay, you are buying the logo, or you are buying the brand, or you are buying the name that is attached to the fragrance. Do they smell good? Yes. Do they smell better than every other inexpensive perfume? No. So let's put that to rest. And on the topic of expensive and inexpensive, a semi-myth that is becoming more prevalent now, it's like a major talking point, is that clones are bad. Once again, in one of my previous videos, I talked about it, where people begin to look down on each other because of the price of their perfume, or because this perfume is an inspired by of another perfume. Let me tell you, every single perfume is inspired by something else. Quote me anywhere. Every single perfume is inspired by a separate, either a separate perfume or a separate scent. So the term inspired by or a clone is used loosely. There's nothing new under the sun. Now, I understand that obviously there are some cheap copies that are just terrible, but we should not group every single scent that smells alike into the clone category. Do you understand? So that's another mini myth. The next myth is that you only need to apply fragrances to your pulse points. That myth is false. Oh my God. Do not limit yourself to applying fragrances only to your pulse points, your wrists, your elbows, your neck, your ear. No, do not limit yourself to applying fragrances there. You can apply fragrances everywhere. I mean, you bought it with your money, first of all. Second of all, fragrances have different reactions. One of the most recent fragrances I reviewed, go watch the video, Emian Fascination. On your clothes, it is more powdery, while on your skin, it is more, it is thicker and more like nuanced than on your clothes. So if you have what you are going for, you can spray on different parts of your body. Another thing is spraying on your pulse points. For example, your wrists. Your wrists gets involved in a lot of your daily activities. For example, look at my wrist now. I have this bangle on my wrist, which is obviously going to interfere with my fragrance. And some of the other pulse points are always covered, like your elbows, the back of your knees, your ankles. They are mostly covered, so you can spray on other parts of your body. On the topic of spraying on your pulse points, please and please and please do not, I beg you for the love of God, rub your wrists after spraying a perfume or applying the perfume oil. Yes, oils are included. Do not rub your wrist, for crying out loud, please. Fragrances work by interacting with molecules. Fragrances have top notes, middle notes, and bottom notes. Top notes are very volatile, meaning you spray them, the next 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, they are gone. Now imagine if you start to rub your wrist and mush everything together. It's going to interfere with how the fragrance will smell, and it's just uncultured. It's simply uncultured. So please do not rub your wrists after spraying a fragrance. Let it evaporate on its own naturally. We're halfway through the video of busting or approving myths. This is the perfect time to tell you to please subscribe to the channel. It helps me grow and it helps you get more fragrance knowledge. And also, if you have any questions or any queries you might have, or you're looking to start your perfume journey, you can reach out to me for consultation and I will get right to you. Now, back to the myths. The next myth is that perfumes cause cancer. And as for this myth, it is inconclusive. Research has gone on extensively about perfumes and their links to cancer. Now, there is an ingredient in a lot of perfumes called fragrances. That fragrances, there are a lot of chemicals in it, and perfumers usually do not divulge the ingredients inside the fragrances. They just put it as fragrances. They might put whatever it is that they like inside. Now, sometimes those ingredients that are in the fragrances are dangerous to people. So that's why you have to be careful. Another angle or another point of view I want us to look at it in is your body lotion is harmful to your skin in excessive quantities. Every single thing on this earth, even water, is harmful to you in excessive qualities. So using your perfume, yes, might have some risks, but it is very, very minimal. I repeat, for the African mothers and African fathers and people that believe that perfumes cause cancer, the chances of a perfume causing cancer is even lower than the chances of roasted suya or roasted catfish causing cancer. So use everything in moderation. Also, I do not subscribe to the idea of applying fragrances to go to bed. Sure, you can scent your room and have scented candles, but applying fragrances on your skin, let your nose breathe, let your skin breathe. And then if you are all that worried about perfumes causing cancer and having negative reactions on your skin, then just apply them on your clothes. Simple as that. No need to put them directly on your skin. Just that you might not have the exact scent profile that the fragrance was intended for. So let's put that myth to bed until more conclusive evidence comes out. And besides, fragrances have been going on for hundreds of years, and there have been minimal instances where a perfume is directly linked to cancer. You might have sensitive skin. That's different from life-threatening situations from perfumes. That myth is busted. And a bonus myth that I feel is important as well, I found this one out recently from a friend of mine that's also a perfume vendor and a content creator as well, as a sense. She posted that smelling coffee or coffee beans to reset your nose is redundant. Instead, use the sleeves of your clothes. Now, I made some research into that and it is 100% true. It is fact. Coffee has a distinct scent, has a distinct odor. And if you are using it to reset your nose from another distinct odor, it's kind of like counterintuitive. Instead, get a cotton shirt like this one and just sniff it, because it is neutral. That's the word. It is neutral, and it will actually reset your nose. Of course, olfactory fatigue is a thing, and it is very much not a myth. Your nose will get tired of a particular scent or of scents in general if you overload it. That's why after a while you begin to lose the scent of your perfume, or you meet someone and they're like, oh, it smells so good, and you're like, oh really, I can't smell myself. That's what happens. So you can use the sleeve of your cloth, especially if it's cotton, to reset your nose. Those are 5 myths plus 1 extra that have been either debunked or approved by AYOSFRAGRANCE. If you are confused on any of the things I spoke about today or anything relating to fragrances in general, you can hit me up for consultation services one-on-one, or you can leave it in the comments. Maybe you have a myth you would like to confirm, debunk, or approve, or you just have a question in general. Leave it in the comments and I'll be sure to get to you. Thank you for watching this video. I am Ayomide of AYOSFRAGRANCE. Here we talk all things fragrance and perfumery. I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope to see you next week. Bye.